Care of is a great personalized vitamin service that delivers right to your door. Wait, am I in an ad? Yes, Gabby, you are.
I ain't gonna lie, that was pretty slick. I'm not gonna lie. That was pretty slick. Girl, get your money. I ain't mad at it. Get your money. But I'm gonna skip it. I'm gonna skip it. And I'm gonna keep skipping. But make your money. Hey guys, what's good? It's your boy Oreo, and I'm back with another reaction video. And today, I have for you a new video by this new person that we're gonna check out. Her name is Gabby Bell. And we're going to check out her video that this was from 8 months ago. She posted the problem with Autotune on TikTok. I think this is going to be a very interesting video. I came across this by accident. I was just scrolling through YouTube and I found this video by accident. I started watching like the first 30 seconds of it and I was just like, okay, she's kind of got me hooked, and I also feel like this is a video that I could definitely relate to a little bit because I've also had the same issues that I'm pretty sure she's about to talk about in this video. And I also recall a conversation I had with another one of my friends, I'm not gonna out her, where she pretty much said something about the artists on TikTok, in which whom I follow like a good majority of them, and I have duetted quite a lot of their videos on TikTok in the past. And I still do. I feel like she's going to definitely talk about like a good bunch of stuff that that needs to be discussed, and I'm here for it. And I'm also here to give my input on the stuff that she talks about. So with that being said, before we get into it, be sure to like, comment, favorite, share, and hit subscribe if you're new and all that good stuff. Turn on your post notifications so that way you can be notified whenever I upload. And don't forget that, and like I said, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, because it is free to do that, and I am very appreciative if you do. So with that being said, let's get into it.
Something to show you.
Since you pushed my love aside. Uh-oh, I can't hear none. Oh, good, my headphones are not on. That's why. Oh man, you can tell I'm rusty already. The second reaction video on this channel, and I'm rusty. Okay, let's try this again.
I have something to show you.
There we go. Much better. I know all. Actually, I don't know the person in the middle, but I know Anthony. I can never pronounce his last name right, but Anthony Gargiua, I think. And the one on the right is Jonathan something. I'm sorry. I'm sorry if I don't like know like last names or I mispronounce names, but I know these two for sure because I have duetted their videos. They are two members of this group that I used to follow who used to post a lot named Ear Candy, and now they don't. So sucks. I used to duet their videos a lot. Almost every last one of them. Hopelessly devoted to you.
Let's discuss. If you're musically inclined at all, or not, you may have noticed that this sounded really, really good. Like almost too good. Like almost perfect. Like the sound wave representation of any of their voices would be a flat, straight line. Almost like it was auto-tuned to smithereens. Maybe that's...
Oh, no, you don't say. You don't say. No, I'm just kidding. No, of course it's auto-tune. Like I said, I remember having a conversation with one of my friends before about this, where she posted a rant on her TikTok page talking about, videos like this. And the crazy thing, I know exactly where she's gonna go with this. It's crazy how she started off like that, but I know exactly where she's going with this, because this is where me and my friend started talking about what our issues with it was. But I'm gonna let her say it first, and then we'll talk about it.
That's just what their voices sound like. Let's examine another.
Ready to know what the people know. Ask them my questions and get some answers. What's a fire?
I love the fact that she's making fun of her for that. First of all, let me just say this. I don't care how close of friends we are. I don't care how close. I don't care when I've met you. I don't care if we were babies when I've met you. if you come to my house, and we're trying to make a video and you decide to take your tiny ass little self and climb on the top of my damn kitchen counter with your shoes on, I'm stopping the video right there and I'm gonna look at your ass like you nuts and be like, yo, if you don't get your motherfucking ass off my goddamn counter, I'll beat your motherfucker. No, but seriously, her climbing up on the kitchen counter with her shoes on is nasty work. Nasty work. At my house, you could never. At my sister's house, you could never. If you so much have had your shoes on while you're walking around that house, she'll beat your ass quicker than I don't know, than Mike Tyson did Jake Paul. Did that fight happen yet? I'm not even sure. I don't keep up, but yeah, don't do that. Don't ever do that.
Why does it? What's the word? Burn. When's it my turn? Wouldn't I love to explore that shore above?
She's really good. So this one in particular, I examined a bit further. In a music making software, when you record your voice, it shows up like little sound waves like this. A step further, people...
Right. And honestly, I noticed because I also make music and I sing and everything, and I can actually show you mine later. I'll show you what my patterns look like later.
People made plugins for music software where it analyzes the exact notes that you're hitting when you sing. It'll tell me exactly what note I'm hitting right now, and it'll tell me how far off I am from the exact perfect frequency of the note in the form of cents. Absolute 100% perfect pitch is 0.
I'm not even gonna lie, I didn't know that part. I didn't study music engineering to the point where I would know that was a term. I wouldn't know that.
0 cents. There are 100 cents in a note before it just becomes the next note up or down. If you've ever used a guitar tuner before, this is exactly how it works. I don't know how to do that. Okay.
Oh, these ads, god damn it. How is it that people make reaction videos without getting the ads? How do y'all do this? How? I need to know.
As you can see, it's on pitch but varies within a few cents throughout a long, held-out note like this, which is not very noticeable and normal. As you're vibrating your vocal cords...
And you know what? I noticed that whenever I tune my ukulele, because I don't know if you guys know this, but I have a ukulele over there on the side. But I've noticed that because I have a ukulele tuner on my phone, and whenever I would try to tune it, like obviously I know what the notes are, G, C, E, A. So the notes sound like, and I might be off a little bit, but it's supposed to sound like G, C, E, A, da 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 da, from the top to the bottom, da 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 da, right? And whenever I try to tune it, it will tell me I'm on it, but then it will vary from it will like vary either to the left or to the right. Sometimes it'll happen when I'm on the note, and then it will lean either sharp or flat. Other times it will start off sharp and flat, but then later it'll just attune itself to the correct note. It's very hard to get. It's very hard even with a ukulele, even with a tuner, to get the pitches right, to get the tuning correct. It's very hard.
And the vibrations are different. Sorry for the quick music theory lesson. I hope you remember to take notes because there will be a quiz on Friday. I promise this is you.
Oh no! No! I was not prepared for that. I was not prepared for a quiz. I'm out of school. Please don't do this to me.
Useful to understand this. I isolated the vocals from this TikTok, which means I removed the piano music from it. Where is it coming from, by the way? Who is playing the piano? Where is it? Is he just like in the other room because they couldn't fit him on camera in this kitchen corner? Like,
You know what? That was my, you know what? When I started watching these videos, that was kind of my first initial thought. Like when they started making videos like this, I was just like, that was kind of my first initial thought. Like, where is the piano person at? Is it just playing in the background? What about this video right here? Is the music coming out of that thing that he's holding? Is that a speaker? Like, is that what's going on, or am I just tripping? And if there really is like an actual piano person, why not just do the video with them? Don't you think they want some screen time too? They, you know, I'm sure they could probably make, you know, some good money off of this, because I'm pretty sure y'all paying him to play music for y'all, right? Unless there's just a close personal friend that's like, yeah, I'm gonna help you grow, even though you're kind of big already. I don't know. Sorry for the rants. I'm sorry.
Church, I worship like a dog at the shrine of your lives. I will tell you my sins so you can sharpen your knife. Offer me that deathly death, and good God, let me give you my life.
Anyway, when I opened this up in this plugin, it's a little eye-opening. This starting note, this D flat 5, is at the absolute most perfect pitch that it could possibly be. It's at 0 cents on the note, which you can see here, the entire way through. There is no vocal variation on this note at all. It's not impossible to hit such a high note like that on the dot just perfectly, but it's a little suspicious to the trained ear when it sounds unnatural. Like, there's no wavering in her voice at all. It sounds artificially flattened. I know a lot of you can just hear the auto-tune, but I wanted to explain exactly why I think this, so I'm not just throwing accusations out there for no reason. I'm not—
Oh, don't worry. We know you're not throwing accusations out there. We know this. We know. And even if you didn't know, you know, because it doesn't sound natural. It really don't. Like, I've heard singers. I've heard singers when they don't use autotune. I've heard people sing their hearts out live in person. You can kind of tell if someone's using autotune or not by the way their voice is. And even down to people who have never really used it before, and all of a sudden they start using it in future videos and a lot more. You can kind of just tell.
I'm not trying to nitpick or come after these people in particular, but as a musician, to me, they're a perfect example of how not to use autotune. Aside from them constantly cutting the video halfway through the chorus.
I set fire to the rain.
Yes, I hate that. I hate that so much. Like, no. It's literally the equivalent of... It's the equivalent of playing the Mario themes, like the beginning of the Mario theme song, and not finishing that last note. It's literally the equivalent of going da 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 da, and then silence. I hate that so much. Don't do that to me. Finish the song. God damn it.
Like, what are you doing? Just finish the chorus.
Cause they say that misery loves company. It's not.
Another giveaway is how in every video, every voice is in perfect balance in terms of volume to each other. No one is louder or quieter. Everyone is projecting their voice the exact same way, while they're all singing extremely dynamically, like they're belting, they're falsettoing, yet somehow—
You know what? And I thought that too. I thought that too. Because there's been wars about whether this was autotune or not, and people will defend these guys like they're their family members, saying, "Oh, it was not autotune. Y'all don't know what you're talking about." She makes a good point here. Everybody is all on level, sounding like they're all singing at the same volume, right? But if you go back, right? If you go back, and it's the same thing with this, it's the same thing in this video where everybody sounds pretty much on the same level. Whereas though, if you got to set up like this for real, the person all the way in the back, and that's David Archuleta, I realize, the person all the way in the back has to be the one to sing a lot louder in order to match these two that are closer up, because their voices will carry first, since they are closer to the thing that's recording, right? Essentially, essentially if it wasn't pre-recorded, the camera would be the one doing all the recording, right? So these two would have their voices, Anthony and Jonathan, their voices would pick up first, and David would sound a little less louder because he is a little farther back.
Singing extremely dynamically, like they're belting, they're falsettoing, yet somehow flat in relation to each other. Not like literally flat, but like it's compressed to like what this all means when the volumes are all exactly the same at every part, even no matter if they're singing louder or quieter, that means that it's compressed, it's been edited, and maybe even automated, where you manually make some parts louder and softer. The point is, it's edited in post. This isn't just raw camera audio. I mean, it is, but only because they recorded it there to make it look real. This guy who looks like my friend Gunner TV but isn't, his performances in particular have a lot of digital artifacts, or unwanted digital noise from altering and manipulating the audio. If he or any of these people sound robotic to you, like Emma Watson in Beauty and the Beast,
The same old bread and roast you sell.
Leave Emma alone. Leave Emma. She didn't sign up for that. Leave Emma alone. Emma Watson is not really a singer. Like she's more an actor than she is a singer. Leave her alone. She didn't deserve that, Stray. She didn't deserve that. That's crazy.
that's because it's so compressed pitch-wise that there's barely any pitch variance.
You did not break me.
Okay. Did y'all hear that? Oh shoot, too far. Just listen to when he sings "Break Me, Break Me." Listen to that part.
Did not break me.
So, I don't know if you can hear it, but when he goes, "Break me," it doesn't. When people are singing out like that, they have a tendency to slide that note. So instead of going, "Break me," they go, "Break me." You hear the difference? That slide is what makes all the difference. So it looks right. It looks like here at this particular point right here is where the break happened, and he decided to bring the note up so that way it's more perfectly in tuned. That's what it sounds like to me. I don't know. Let me know what your thoughts are.
You're bad people.
And again with the ads, like, I mean, I get it, make your money, but damn, I'm about to just get the YouTube Premium at this point.
Vibrato would make it wavy, but a singing voice isn't usually that flat. Now what's the problem here? Who cares? People use Autotune in music all the time. Well, I'll tell you the problem. The problem is she's about to get into the problem that, and I know exactly what she's going to say. She's going to get into the problem that me and my friend and probably everybody else has with the Autotune here being used. Probably recorded themselves each individually, recording their part in the kitchen with headphones to hear the imprisoned piano guy. Then they sat down and edited, auto-tuned the vocals, could have used bits and pieces from multiple takes, then recorded them all lip-syncing together, then took that, synced it with the newly edited audio, and you got a TikTok that is made to look and feel natural, unedited, and raw, that is actually completely edited and staged. And my ultimate evidence? The TikTok comments. They know it too. I mean, it's funny how they really tried to make it look real. The "but now" gave it away right away.
But now
Robot emojis, since you pushed my love aside. And this is fooling people. It's great then you can hear all of your voices. It's really surprising that we can actually hear all their voices at once. That's cause it's edited, lol. No, it's not. It is. The audio is recorded and they record the video with the audio playing. Yes, it is edited. Care of is a great personalized vitamin service that delivers right to your door. Wait, am I in an ad? Yes, Gabby, you are.
I ain't gonna lie, that was pretty slick. I'm not gonna lie. That was pretty slick. Girl, get your money. I ain't mad at it. Get your money. But I'm gonna skip it. I'm gonna skip it. And I'm gonna keep skipping. But make your money. I ain't mad at it.
Not Gunner TV is a dead giveaway on them. He is probably a wonderful singer, but every piece of him singing sounds extremely edited.
I know that you're wrong for me. Gonna wish we never met on the day I leave.
Okay, let's talk about it. If you look at this overall, this looks pretty fixed. You know, everything is perfectly aligned. These are very, very on the note. Perfect. All of these are perfect. The thing that gave it away for me was the gonna right here.
For me, gonna wish we never met.
This is something that sounds unnaturally pitch corrected to me. Another piece that stuck out to me was right here.
On the day I leave.
Day I leave. It sounds like a digital nick in between these two notes.
See, that's what I was talking about.
Because you can
Wait, does she? Wait.
I leave. It sounds like a digital nick in between these two notes.
She said that I just noticed I just noticed Nick Jonas is just peeking through the door like, hey. When she said Nick, I love that. I love that. I love that's funny. I like that. But what was I saying? Oh yeah. What I was saying earlier about the break me part, how it sounded broken up and not naturally like it should, like the way he was singing, because that was the TikTok that when he recorded while he was in the car, you know, making the beats with his hands, that which is taking like quite a bit of stamina to do, by the way. I tried that here, and trying to sing and making the beat at the same time, it's not easy. It's not easy at all. You have to one, you have to focus on the beat, and then two, you also have to pretty much have good hand-eye coordination and just have a metronome in your head, basically. But the break me part, how it sounded broken up, it's the same thing with that part that she's talking about. How it was just like how the note was nicked instead of gradually going up into that note in like a sort of kind of like a slide type thing. So
it's because you can even see it here that this is extremely unnatural. This was cut up and corrected.
You can definitely see it when she brings it up. You can see the cuts. It's insane. It is insane.
Sounds like there was a cut. Just skimming through here, you know, 1 cent off. 4 cents, 4, 4, 3, 1. Like, it is all edited. It's been corrected, but not quite perfect, because then he would sound like T-Pain, and he's kind of almost there. That part too, I can hear it. Now, he could just be a human computer of a singer mixed with the talents of Charlie Puth and Jesus Christ himself. I could be making an ass out of myself, but it's...
The Charlie Puth glaze is... Actually, you know what? I'll allow it. I'll allow it because it's warranted. Charlie Puth is literally insanely talented, and I've seen a bunch of his master classes and his videos on how he breaks down different things and how he builds songs and stuff. It's insane the amount of stuff that he does to get his songs to where it is now. It's crazy. So the Charlie Puth glaze, I will allow it. Warranted. Case dismissed.
Seems like I and many others have smelt a smelly smell that smells a little too smelly. But here's the thing. It's not the Autotune that's the problem. It's pretending that it's natural vocals that is. Using...
You know what? And you know what? And you know what? You know what? You know what? That is what we were talking. That is what me and my friend who shall not be named was talking about. We didn't like the fact that these artists will lie to their viewers and have them swearing up and down that the videos are not edited, that they are not auto-tuned at all. That is where we have the problem. We don't care if you use the auto-tune. We don't care. But it's just, be honest with your viewers. Be honest with your audience. If you use it, then just tell us, just say you use it. We don't care. It doesn't make us like you or hate you any more or less. We don't appreciate the lying. Like, we know you guys are super talented, and sometimes there are some songs, there are some moments where you might need a little bit of auto-tune, where your voice might need a little bit of tweaking, and that's totally fine. That's totally okay. There are people out there that uses auto-tune on the daily as an instrument, as a tool to help not to help them sing better, but to enhance and make their sound. You know what I mean? Like, for example, T-Pain, Lil Wayne. Those are two people that uses auto-tune as pretty much an enhancer, a vocalizer, if you will. It doesn't make you sound better as a singer. If you are a dog water singer who can't carry a tune, and you put auto-tune to your voice, you're still going to sound like dog water. You're just going to sound like dog water with auto-tune. That's the difference. So the fact that T-Pain and Lil Wayne uses autotune for their voice, that means they do have some sort of singing capabilities. They can pretty much carry a note with no problems, with no issues. These are people that don't really need autotune, but just use it just because it's their brand, just because that's what we're used to by now. These singers right here, these TikTok singers, I've heard what they sound like without the autotune. They don't need it. Yeah, you really don't. So I don't understand. What's the point? I don't get it. I don't know. Maybe some of you guys share the same sentiments as me. Maybe I'll have other different views. If any of these TikTok singers see this video, believe me when I tell you, I mean absolutely no harm. I still love you guys. I still follow you guys. I still sing along with your music and stuff. I just need help getting a better understanding of why it is y'all do the things that y'all do. That's all. Okay. All right. Rant over. I'm sorry. We still got a whole solid 10 minutes of this video left. So let's just get through it.
Auto-tune is fine, but when you're faking it to pass it off as real, it's a problem. This is like when someone brings cookies and they pretend that they baked it themselves when it's really store-bought. The cookies still taste good, but it somehow feels like you've been cheated and lied to. And now they're lie cookies. And lie cookies just don't taste as good. But what I actually find the problem here is that they're not using autotune to pretend they can sing or anything, but to adjust their vocals to be just the right perfect amount so that it can really shine, at the cost of essentially lying to the internet. You're telling
and I actually hate when people do that. Just be real. Just be real. And then, like I said, they used to post videos all the time where they never really used autotune. They've never used autotune before a certain point in time where they're like, okay, we should start using it a lot more now. Why don't you just go back to the natural sound? There was nothing wrong with it. Was it because those videos wasn't doing well, so y'all thought maybe adding a little autotune would help your videos blow up more? I don't get it. I mean, I'm not gonna sit here and talk shit like I don't use autotune, because I use autotune for my stuff, for my videos. Not all of them. Some of them I actually don't. Some of them I'm just like, you know what? I'm just gonna sing it naturally, see what happens. And those videos still do well. So I don't know.
me people go on the internet and tell lies? I'm psychoanalyzing a bit here, and again, autotune itself isn't lying. It's them using autotune and then pretending they aren't because they're just chilling in their kitchen with no microphone. Just them and the phone and the piano guy. Someone help him. This also hurts young aspiring singers and musicians that see this because they think it's undoctored and might be wondering why they can't hit a note that pristine. When I used TikTok more a few years ago, it made me feel really, really insecure seeing these beyond perfect singers on my feed.
Oh my god, I remember this video. This video killed me because what was the point? What was the point in her doing what she did? Hold on. I'll let you see it.
Beyond perfect singers on my feed. Why are you shocked?
Why are you shocked that you hit that? You know deep in your mind you can hit that note. You've practiced it about 1,000 different times before y'all got to this setting. I know y'all have. For sure, because there's no way this entire video is not choreographed to where y'all was like, okay, yeah, this is good. So what you're gonna do is when you hit that note and you go, I can't hit it, but when you hit that, just pretend like you're shocked and then point right at me, and then I'm gonna come through like, it wasn't about that play. I know they pre-planned this shit, cause ain't no way, bruh.
You've clearly been practicing this, and you've probably done a bunch of takes of this.
Right! That's what I'm saying. Y'all did about 1,000 takes. Y'all was just like, oh, wait. I got one better. Let's do this again, but then just pretend like you're shocked. There's just no way. There's just no way. This wasn't like the first take. And this was the first time you sung this song ever.
What do you mean can you imagine if a guitar player did that? Just like went absolutely fucking crazy on the guitar and then was like, oh.
Now it's completely understandable if you are a guitar player and you're doing something that wasn't practice and you did something that was way cooler than what you originally had planned to do. Now that is something. But it's the I just don't get it. I don't get it.
Especially with those staged videos pretending that they just randomly started singing.
Hold me while you wait. How we said I was good enough.
Just casually. And now realizing that a lot.
Nah, how about those videos where you're sitting you're the singer, right? And you're sitting in the car with someone who's supposed to be like your girl best friend, and you're like, I wrote the song about you, and then it starts playing at a specific part, and then they just start crying and shit, and I'm just like, are you serious? Like, I don't understand. I don't understand TikTokers these days.
A lot of that could have been auto-tuned but passed off as real. Kinda hurts. Doing that is kinda like that girl from high school that you still follow on Instagram that face-tunes the out of her photos, and everyone knows it, everyone can see it, but she thinks she's not being obvious. Cannot believe I didn't see this one before making this video, but this one is so fucking funny to me. Here we go.
Oh, I remember this. I know exactly what part she's about to talk about. I
remember when I lost my mind.
Yes! There was something so pleasant about that place.
A lot of the problem.
Yes. Like I said, there's no way this was one take. Y'all practiced this before. Shree is a good singer. Don't get me wrong. Shree is a wonderful, very talented singer. So the fact that Shree was able to hit that note should not have came as a surprise to Chris Olsen. It should not have came as a surprise to him at all, because I wasn't surprised when she hit it. I was not surprised when she hit it. I was more so like, hey, all right, cool. It was just, I don't. I'm about to start crying because this is. Oh, I don't get it.
Problems surrounding people's opinions on autotune stem from the idea that using autotune in your music is inherently bad. You typically see this from music elitists. Think the annoying kid in high school who idolized The Strokes and Maddie Healy, and you should not listen to them. Autotune is a tool
Facts.
in music. It's not good or bad. It's a pitch correction tool. Brand name, it's called Autotune, like Eggo waffles.
So pitch correction. Pitch correction. Made to enhance, not fix your voice, made to enhance. It's a vocalizer, basically. It doesn't make you sound any better even if you were dog water. It just makes you sound like dog water with autotune on top of it. That's all it is.
Autotune pitch correction. The tool I was using earlier is called Melodyne. It's one of the most popular pitch correction tools out there. If T-Pain is to Autotune, then Adele is to Melodyne, generally. You use either tool to get a different effect. One can get you a sound like you're in the club during the height of recession pop, and the other can get you a more natural sound. Autotune itself can also be used more naturally as well. They're just different tools, that's all. Many respected artists from Daft Punk
There is different levels of autotune. Like autotune, you don't have to. Autotune can either make you sound like T-Pain, or it can make you sound like Post Malone during his live events. In which, if you've been to a Post Malone concert, you can hear that he uses autotune, but it still sounds like his natural voice. If you get my means, which means there's very little autotune used. That's what it means. There's very, very little subtle autotune used. He just used it for the notes that will come off as flat sometimes. Because let's just be real. He's not gonna be singing like that forever, especially with all the cigarettes he smokes and all the Bud Light he drinks. He's not gonna be singing like that forever. So yeah, he's gonna start using autotune. But before in the past, he didn't really use it. Before in the past, he didn't really use it, especially during his live shows, and you could tell he still sounds just as good. It's crazy.
to Billie Eilish have used autotune or a form of it in their music for stylistic purposes, and not just pitch correction. Just like the first hit song that popularized the use of autotune, Believe by Cher. Everyone loves that song. This may be old.
Yes. She does have a point there. That song was a classic. When you believe after love. That song is so good.
Old news, but every pop artist out there uses some form of pitch correction in their music, no matter how talented they are. And don't come at me for saying Billie Eilish might use pitch correction in her music. There's a huge group of people out there that will fight to the absolute death about how Phineas says that they don't use pitch correction. No, we don't use pitch correction here. We just do it a million times until we get it perfect. And that's fine, but I think the whole overly defensive narrative of it is so lame and elitist, because there's really no need. Autotune isn't a substitute for talent like what a lot of people think. These people in these TikToks are super talented. I have almost no—
That's what I've been saying. That's what I've been saying the whole video. These guys are super talented. They really don't need it. If it's for stylistic purposes, cool. But don't fraud about it on the internet and say that you don't use it. Just say you use it, but you use it for stylistic purposes. There's nothing wrong with that. We're not going to shame you. We're not going to say, oh, y'all suck now. I'm not going to. No. Because you're not the only ones using autotune for stylistic purposes. You're not the only ones. Just be honest. That's all we're asking. Just be honest.
No doubt about it. So why are they even using autotune in a situation that doesn't need it? That wasn't
Right.
rhetorical. I genuinely don't know. This is a kitchen, not a studio or a bedroom recording. Aside from going out of their way to autotune, these people still arrange the harmonies and the parts. They practice, I'm sure of it, and must be able to sing and have a musical ear. And I can prove it. Sort of. I'm going to sing really badly on purpose and fix it in Melodyne. I'm ready to know where the people are. Na 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 na, keep on dancing. See how you can see them shifting into place?
This is your brain when you're struggling to focus.
That was hard to hear. And so was the fact that I got another ad. I promise by the next reaction video we won't have ads. I promise you we won't have that. I'll just have to I will actually. Oh, I don't want to spend money on this, but it looks like I'm gonna have to. I'm gonna have to buy YouTube Premium. My phone's going off over there. Oh well.
I'm ready to know where the people are. Na 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 na, keep on dancing.
Oof. Okay. So even though she fixed it in Melodyne and she pitched it to where it should be, it still sounds rough. Like you can still hear that it goes off in certain parts.
I adjusted it with Melodyne, but now let's throw some actual auto-tune on it. I'm ready to know where the people are. Na 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 na, keep on dancing.
And even with the autotune, it's still off. It's yikes. So this is the point I've been trying to make. Even if you sound like dog water, you can't carry a tune. Autotune, Melodyne, it does not fix that issue. It just makes you sound like dog water with autotune. I think that's just gonna be the phrase of the video. That's just gonna be the phrase of the video. I don't know how many times I've said that in this entire video. I don't know how long I've been recording for. We still got 7 more minutes of this video, so.
You can tell this was edited to shit. It doesn't sound good. You need to have some basic singing ability to be able to sound natural with autotune.
Right. You have to have some sort of musical capabilities in order for autotune to really work to your advantage. You have to. It's given. That's the secret to the sauce. You have to actually naturally be talented. Look, the sauce. The sauce.
I'm ready to know what the people know. Ask them my questions and get some answers.
Yeah.
As you can see, you know, it's a little off, a little off, a little off. You're going to be a little off. 12, 3, 22, 15. You know, we got a variety here, especially the notes that connect between other notes can sometimes look really off in pitch correction software, but doesn't sound off to the human ear. But now if we Melodyne it and pitch correct it to where everything is really, really close. You can even adjust like the pitch drift. So like as you can see where I go, people know, it varies. It goes from the bottom of the note and slowly makes its way to the middle. You can adjust the pitch so it's all perfectly in the middle. But you know, it's pretty close overall. So let's now, let's fuck it up to shit.
I'm ready to know what the people know. Ask them my questions and get some answers.
And now that's polished to shit. Now this doesn't sound as bad, but when you crank the auto-tune a little too close to the sun, you can really tell. And if you're not Travis Scott, that might not be what you're going for. I guess
If you're about to show an example of that's about to be funny.
I'm just taking a long-winded rant to say, what's the point of faking it here? You're obviously talented. This isn't a studio recording for a polished record. This is trying to come off like this isn't doctored, when it probably is. And I'm not trying to pick out this individual account, because there are plenty others that do it, I'm sure.
Plenty. Numerous. The list goes on and on and on and on. There's so many. Why are y'all doing the things that you do? You don't need it. Especially if you don't need it. Especially if you're a person that has perfect pitch. Imagine someone who has perfect pitch, because there are people in this world that are musicians, that are singers, who has perfect pitch. There are people who have that. And imagine them people using autotune. For what? What do you need pitch correction for? You can correct the pitch your damn self. Explain that.
I'm just saying they and other people who do this are probably...
I did not mean to tap my space bar that hard. I'm sorry. Sorry, keyboard.
talented otherwise. This doesn't feel like a need to pretend. It just hurts viewers, other musicians who think it's real, and puts a weird, unrealistic standard of singing ability that doesn't exist without the help of a computer. Again, only when
background
you're
music
trying to pass it
go
off
hard,
like
though.
you're not using pitch correction. My thoughts are also complicated on this because these people haven't verbally said, to my knowledge, that they don't use Autotune on these, but the whole setup feels intentional to make you feel like they don't. At the same time, you don't need to announce to the world that you're using Autotune on something and proudly wear it as your only character trait. But I've also just never thought of posting a video of me singing in my room and using pitch correction just for a phone recording. It's like too much work and I don't really get it. Like those videos of someone singing their heart out in a parking garage to use the reverb, especially when their friend is there to act really surprised when their friend is really good. Like you set up the camera in the garage, like you did this on purpose. Your friend
Those types of videos, I just don't understand. What's the whole point in using Autotune? What's the whole point in using pitch correction for that? Isn't the whole point of recording in these types of settings is, especially the parking garage where there's a bunch of reverb, an open parking lot with barely nothing in it, is the perfect place for a choir to sing, especially if you want to hear blending happening. It's the perfect place for stuff like that. Why would you want to use reverb not reverb? Why would you want to use Autotune for that? Like it's gonna make you sound bad. It's gonna make you sound bad, and then especially in a kitchen setting, like it's a kitchen. It's a kitchen. 2 or 3 friends are getting together. They're singing together in the kitchen. What do you need Autotune for?
friends, you know what you're doing. This isn't a surprise. Or when they're in the car showing their friend a new song for the first time and they have to act really surprised.
And it's not the first time either. You've heard this song plenty of times. You was probably there when they recorded the song and put it together and mixed it and mastered it and everything. There's just no way you had it. There was just no way you had that song set up to a certain point in the song where they didn't hear like the beginning of it starting out. There's just no way. I fail to believe that, and I will continue to fail to believe that.
Over the top, kind of like these. Like, what are you doing? Just
yes. What was she doing? I will ask that. What was she doing? What's the point in? I'm ready to know what the people know. Ow. Ouch. But no, seriously, what's the point? I'm ready to know what the people know. And then you turn around to climb on my counter, which I'm still very heated about, because why in the fuck are you putting your dirty ass feet that's been outside on my kitchen counter where I prepare food?
saying why stop getting on the countertop, please. This
Get off my damn counter. All right, I'm done. I'm sorry.
feels so stupid to even be a little upset over, because it's so unimportant and not actually hurting anyone, but everyone's got one of those things that just ticks them off for no reason, and this is one of them for me. This is all crossing the line between cringe music promotion and staged singing videos. Those videos, and when people are elitist about music taste and Autotune. Just be normal. It's okay to listen to the music that you like.
Please be normal. Please be normal. And I swear to God, if I get one more ad, I'm going to blow this mother.
Understandably, people generally don't like it when they can hear Autotune to the point that you can hear it in a song that's supposed to sound more natural. The voice sounds flat and lifeless, and the Autotune is obviously not being used with the purpose of deliberate style and feel of the song, or delivering an artistic masterpiece like Bartender by T-Pain. That might be why people are calling it out. It reminds me of
T-Pain gets the ultimate pass for using Autotune the way that he did, because back then it was actually pretty cool, and the way he was stylistic and the way he made his stylistic choices when he sang is what made it okay. So T-Pain gets the ultimate pass. He is probably one of the very few in the game that can use Autotune to the peak, to the highest performance it could possibly be at, and it will be okay. He is just like that. I know the T-Pain glaze is off the charts right now. I don't care. It's warranted. T-Pain is just like that. That's why he is the GOAT. The GOAT. No, all right, yeah. But yeah.
Of how I didn't like Emma Watson in Beauty and the Beast. I love Emma Watson, but I don't think she was the right choice for that movie.
Again, Emma Watson is not a singer, so I didn't expect much out of that. But yeah, they auto-tuned her voice to absolute shit in that movie. And also, I also feel the same way. Emma Watson shouldn't have been in Beauty and the Beast. She was actually, she was more likely the wrong the wrong choice for that. They could have gotten someone like Anna Hathaway, to be completely honest. Yeah, Anna Hathaway, because she's an actor, but she also can sing as well. So I'm sure she can probably sing the hell out those Beauty and the Beast songs. So I don't know. That's just my personal opinion. I feel like Anna Hathaway should have been a better cast than Emma Watson. I still love Emma Watson. Then I still love Emma Watson. Don't get me wrong. I still love her. Just Anna Hathaway. You know what I mean? All right. 3 minutes left for this video. Let's finish it up.
It's a musical movie, and I think they should have casted a professional singer-actress, because they auto-tuned her voice to oblivion.
Every day, like the one before.
What people don't...
All I got to say is Anna Hathaway would not have let that slide. Anyway. Yeah, yo.
realize is that they don't necessarily hate autotune, but excessive autotune in the wrong context. They used autotune or pitch correction on the rest of the musical cast and no one made a fuss. But Emma Watson sounding like Daft Punk in Beauty and the Beast does not fly. It's supposed to sound natural, which throws people off. Like singing in your kitchen should probably sound natural. Does anyone cook in here, or is it just a backdrop? This comment that noticed the excessive autotune said it perfectly. Excessive autotune can be used well stylistically. The main example I can think of is Daft Punk. Hell, I don't even mind obvious autotune in pop songs as long as the actual song is catchy. But why would you so obviously autotune what's supposed to be a natural voice coming from a character just walking around their village? It's about the context. It just looks bizarre that this woman is literally having autotune coming out of her mouth naturally. It takes you out of it immediately. This
couldn't have said it better myself. Couldn't have said that better my damn self. That's where I'm gonna leave it.
This whole thing is also complicated because the can of worms just keep opening. Like probably my nightmare. I don't like worms that much. Having that many worms in that many cans is a horrifying thought. TikTok users finding out about these people auto-tuning their natural videos is also reminiscent of when people found out that live auto-tune existed. It's live singing that's meant to pass as live, but it's been edited. Popular artists use auto-tune live, like real-time auto-tune as they're singing. Typically when they're doing a ton of choreography. You try singing while you're in the middle of a hit workout for a crowd, but that's more so they don't mess up trying to hang sideways on a pole while delivering some high notes for the Super Bowl performance of a life.
You know what? I will say that. I will say I just found out that that's what they do during the Super Bowl performances, because during the Super Bowl, the Super Bowl performances, which is live because the entire football game and everything happens live, right? They don't have time, and they don't want to make any headlines for technical difficulties during what's supposed to be one of the biggest events of the entire year, because football is a very important thing in American culture, right? Football especially the Super Bowl, is a very important time for most people to get excited, call off work, be at a bar, and even when whether your team wins or loses, you act a fool and go out on the cities of Main Street and climb up poles that are going to be greased to absolute shit because the cops know what you're doing. Sorry, speaking from experience. Anyway, I just found out that this is exactly what they do. They pre-record everything, right? And pretty much when you're out there performing, you're lip syncing the entire time. Your mic isn't even on. Well, your mic might be on for like the talking parts, or the parts where you're supposed to have a script, you're supposed to talk. But most of the time, you're lip syncing to high hell. Because there's no way in hell you're doing all that hooping and hollering and hanging around, hanging off the side, going upside down, going in circles, and you're able to just sing perfectly like that. There's just no way. No way in hell, right? I found out they do this on purpose. They do this so that way there isn't like a technical difficulty on anybody's end, and the show can just be seamless. Which is why every single halftime show has been phenomenal. That's the reason why.
Lifetime. Then doing this right after. A closer example would be how everyone felt so cheated when they found out that American Idol and all those talent shows heavily edit and auto-tune their contestants on what's supposed to be live performances.
Here's a clip from X Factor UK.
Every time I go for the telephone, I gotta hold myself down.
Oh yeah, you could tell that was auto-tuned. You can tell that was auto-tuned just by listening to it. That's insane. This part I didn't know. That's actually insane to hear.
That's so much autotune on something that's supposed to be a live performance. Not even well done. It's terribly done.
If you didn't know that, now you know.
Now I know.
Santa's not real. Anyway, who cares? Why do I even care? Why do you care? Why are you here? Go take a bath or something. You deserve it. As always, thanks for tuning in. I moved. Here is my new office. I picked out the decor myself.
Hey, crazy. That's crazy that you said that, because I moved too. Look. I moved as well. I've been here for what? In April, we're in October now. Wait, May, June, July, August, September, October. 6 months now. I've moved 6 months ago, and I'm now in a new spot, a new area. That's crazy. Twins.
I hope you like it.
I like it. Anyway. Yep. So that is a very, very, very good video. She hit all the points on the nail with everything that I wanted to say, everything I wanted to talk about. It's amazing how much Autotune can impact a person's life and how much good or how much bad it can do. It makes no sense for a person who don't need Autotune to use it. And even if you don't need it and you still decide to use it for a stylistic purpose, it makes no sense for you to lie about it, or to have your chat sit here and argue about whether you use it or not. Especially if you read the comments and you can see that they're going back and forth. Why don't you, as an influencer, set the record straight and go, hey, just so you know, I do use Autotune for this purpose, for this person, so there's no need to argue. Because if I'm singing songs, right, I will never hide the fact that I use Autotune. I'll never hide the fact that I use Autotune. I use pitch correction. I do use it because sometimes I'd be having my off days and I just like, yeah, I kind of need it, depending on how off I am. But if I'm sitting here and I'm singing my songs and I see that my comment section is full of debating on whether I'm using Autotune or not, I'm going to shut the shit down and say, hey, there's no need to argue about whether I use Autotune or not. I do use it, but as long as I'm making stuff for you guys to enjoy, it shouldn't really matter. So I don't know, but this was a very good video, very, very good, very informative. I'm so glad I sat here and watched it. I turned what's supposed to be like a 21-minute video into damn near an hour. So damn, I'm sorry that this is going to be like an hour-long reaction video. I need to learn to stop talking so much. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, give this video a thumbs up, share with your friends, like, comment, favorite, share, and hit subscribe if you're new and all that good stuff. Like I said, make sure you turn your post notifications on so that way you'll never miss when I upload. This was a pretty lengthy video, so I do apologize. I'll try not to make the next reaction video so long. And also, I will take care of those ads because those were kind of annoying to have to edit out, because I know I'm going to have to edit those out, obviously. Until my next video, I'll catch you guys on the flip side. Laters.